My life, it was always tough being Pauly Cohen, having a reputation, good and bad, wherever I've been, and I lived through it. And I'm very lucky to have so many friends who kind of love me and take me around and wish me well. It's a wonderful experience because you don't know how it is to be 90, somebody else. How is it, how can you be 90? I've been through so much. I had such good friends. New York. I lived in Puerto Rico for a year and a half. I was with Quincy Jones in Europe with Count Basie, 5 years, and went all over the world. Was in the war in Laos and Tokyo, and always felt like, what else is new? I took it all for granted that you lived through that. The band is going here. We're going to go to one-nighter. We did a one-nighter in Laos. That was ridiculous, but we did it. God bless the State Department of the United States. And playing for Count Basie kind of kept my life as a lead trumpet player. I played for Artie Shaw, Charlie Barnett, Tommy Dorsey, Benny Goodman, but playing for Basie was a culmination of my life as a lead trumpet player because he demanded certain things that I could give him. And the ones I couldn't give him, I learned how to give him. Because the lead trumpet player is the boss of the band. I don't know if I told you the story. We were in Europe one time and some new music came in. And Basie didn't play the new music. He had a piano player to play music. And he stepped around to the side and we're up here somewhere with the brass. He looked at me and said, "It's your band, isn't it?" So I thought that was a big compliment because he knew I was in charge and that band's going to play this music right the first time.
Yeah. Have you changed? Are you different at 90 than you were at 50, 60, 30?
I don't recognize me. I honestly don't recognize me. I have such a different opinion of myself, people, situations, how I react, and who I love and who I don't. I know how to keep my mouth shut when I'm supposed to, and love people who love me. I never knew how to do that, because I didn't come from a home where there was much love there. My people were always arguing, this is wrong, that's wrong, this is wrong. Fight the depression, need money, all the bad things that you learn when you're fighting depression. So I was so happy. Finally, I graduated high school, and I'm going to go to Manhattan and have a different life than I had with these people. God bless them for squaring me to get to this point, and they love me in their way. But naturally, as a young man, I wanted something else. I wanted more than what they could give me. So I was selfish. Been selfish all my life until I reached a point in my life that I cared for somebody else. And in loving somebody else, I learned how to be a person better than I was. And I'm still learning how to be a better person because there's so much room as you mature that you didn't do 10 years ago or 20 years ago that you're going to do now. And feel for that person and then want to be with that person and say nice things. That's what I've learned. Always, I'm still learning. And I don't mind learning because I got a long way to go yet.
You have joy, you have love in your life. Even though you're 90 years old, people have this idea when you're 90 you do nothing. But you don't do anything. What's the secret to your happiness at this age? What's the secret to the...
I tell you what my secret to happiness is. I know what it is. I've always been in charge, lead trumpet player. With all the band leaders I worked for, always depended upon me to always be there for them, take charge of the band. They never said it, but they didn't have to say it. They paid me well for being a lead trumpet. So I understand what it is to take charge. So now I'm approaching 90, I'm taking charge. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to play the trumpet. I'm going to have a band, just like Count Basie, Jimmy Dorsey, Artie Shaw, and all those band leaders I had. And what did I learn from that? I made some mistakes as a band when I first started. I was too arrogant about some of the people that, and I was very critical because I had been with the best of the best. But sometimes you can't get the best of the best when you're a band leader. So you have to have patience. And believe me, I've learned patience. Well, this is too great. Well, somebody's coming in next week. I'll play a different tempo or a different personality who'll play the music the way I like. And I'm always doing that constantly. When I became a band leader, I had to learn how to be a band leader. Even though I work for some of the best band leaders in the country, it's a learning experience. And that was great for me because I'm a kid. I'm always going to be a kid because there's always something you're going to learn every week when you rehearse your band. And that's where I'm at now. And I get some good people that want to be with me all the time because I have good music. I'm very lucky now I have Jack Siegel. He's a great arranger. I'm so happy that he joined my band because the band sounds different on his arrangements. And the personal changes because a guy has an appointment with a doctor. His wife is sick. He has to go there. He's got to check his health out. You've got to replace this man. And you only have 1 day a week to rehearse. So you look at your book. Who plays this? Who plays that? Who can do this? Who can do that? You make a phone call. You're always on the phone. You're always changing the music according to the personnel who's going to be with you that day. And you got to play the lead trumpet player because you don't want to play lead. You want to be a soloist, you know? I always loved to be a soloist because all the time of the years I was a lead trumpet player, I wanted to be a soloist because a soloist has more fun than anybody. That's how I felt. Because he's composing now. He's composing something. And I think that's the greatest challenge, to look at a piece of music and forget about it and just let your heart and soul and listen to the piano player or the bass player play changes, and you're going to try to play in between it or on it. So there's more of a challenge to me because I don't lead trumpet player. Now I'm not looking at music. I'm listening to me play, listen to the bass player, listen to how well that tenor player plays. That's a good phrase. Can I imitate that, some part of it? So you're like a little monkey learning how to do different things. So I'm a monkey now.
What are you looking forward to?
Tomorrow. Wake up and not feel pain. You know, when you're 90, you definitely feel pain. I can walk slowly. My hip is giving me problems. My leg is giving me problems. But I want to be with people because that's life. It's to be with people who love you, care for you, and you try to care for them as you can. That's what life is all about.
How did Paul become Pauly?
I'll tell you how. I am Paul Cohen going to Manhattan. I left my home in Brooklyn. I'm now residing at the Forest Hotel, West 49th Street between Broadway and 8th Avenue. And I'm now meeting some people from Boston, from Texas, from Oklahoma, California. They're all congregating in New York City, waiting for the bus to take them on a one-nighter. So I'm at the bar. I'm buying drinks for people because I wanted them to like me. I put a pack of cigarettes in there. I don't smoke, but I mimic it, smoking. Have a cigarette. Give me a tab. And then all of a sudden, hey, Pauly. I tell them, who's that? You. Somebody yelled, Pauly, because I was very diminutive. I'm short, chubby, fat. I used to pinch my cheek because I had red cheeks like a little kid. And I used to hate that because it hurt. They didn't know it, but I couldn't say it because it was a sign of love for the attention. That's how it became Pauly. Before you know it, everybody started calling me Pauly. Every band leader I worked with, hey, is Pauly Cohen with you? Yeah, oh, it's Pauly Cohen. Never Paul. I had messages. Who is this? It's Paul Cohen. Oh, I want to speak to Pauly Cohen. They didn't know me as Paul Cohen anymore. I'm Pauly Cohen. That's how it started. So I figured I'm not going to fight it. I'll join them.
Any regrets in this life?
Oh, man, you're kidding? After a lifetime of living a life till you're 90, there are many regrets. Where should I start?
What would you change?
There's nothing you can change. Once you make decisions. Once I decided to make decisions when I left the house in Brooklyn, I made some good decisions, some bad decisions. I made up my mind that whatever I had to do, if I made a bad decision, I'm going to have to live with it. So maybe I learned something from making a bad decision. And I made some good decisions. When I made a bad decision, you screwed up, Paul. I used to get down on myself when I make a bad decision. Why did you do that? That's stupid, you know? And I don't like being stupid, but I have been stupid at times. I tell you what influenced me a lot in my lifetime is I went through psychoanalysis when I was in my 30s. And one of the things my analyst told me, he said, Paul, there comes a time when you'll be playing something very good, and the leader wants to hear somebody else do that. It's not personal. It doesn't really hurt you. It's not because you play something bad. But in his ears, he'd like to hear something else. So I left the analyst with that. That makes a lot of sense, you know? It helped me, so I don't feel hurt that somebody else got that job I wanted. So I grew from that thing, you know? And he was a cello player, by the way, and psychoanalyst. So he had that understanding about musicians, how sensitive we are to being put down for something, you know? So I learned. I keep learning. I'm still learning about life, what it gives you. Certain people are good for you. Certain people don't do that. Don't say that, you know? So you take it easy. Don't rush into something. Because when I was younger, I was always get in there. Oh, this, that. Now it's, take it easy. Find out. And another thing what I do now, which I never did before, when I make a decision for something, I sit back and I think about it, which I never did. I used to make a decision, that's it. Now I say, should I do this? Is that a good idea? Let me see, what's going to happen? I think once or twice about it. And it helps me because I see the whole picture of what could happen. And that means you're learning something. And that's why I told students, you know, playing a trumpet and learning how to play the trumpet is infinite. You never learn it. You're always looking for something different. So you're developing a whole different personality if you listen. Because you can never know who you're going to learn from. You can learn from somebody who is not a musician, who has an opinion that you never heard before. You should learn from people. Don't be so sure to say something good or bad. Wait, there's no rush. Plenty of time. Here I am, 90. I never thought I'd be 90.
So you came up, middle of World War II. Here it is, 2012. How has the world changed from your perspective? Is it a better world? Is it basically the same?
Well, right now, we are having a big decision in this country who's going to be president of the United States after November. That's a big decision. What's going to happen? Whether Mr. Obama's still going to be president or Mr. Romney will be president. So that's a big question to answer, and I can't answer that because it becomes, I'm sorry to say, in the newspapers, a baseball game. Is he going to win? Is he going to win? Did he say something bad? Did he say something bad? Who wants that confrontation? I wouldn't want it because we're all influenced by what they do, what's going to happen, who's going to see the future. I live from day to day and hope I don't have severe pain to have breakfast, walk, and get the mail, answer correspondence, open my email. He wants me for Facebook. He wants me for Facebook. He puts me on Facebook. I said, Facebook? What? The whole thing is full of Facebook. Wants me to join him. That's what's happening to me right now. I never realized when joining Facebook, everybody wants to be my friend. I said, I got so many friends, I don't know how to deal with it. Every day I'll open up the email. Outside of your emails, you know, tell me what to do and everything. He's my boss, you know. My boss is sitting there interviewing me, but he's my boss. Tells me what to wear and everything. I love him. So that's a new experience. Have somebody take care of you. This is what I want you to do. All right, I'll do it. And that's a new experience for me to give of myself freely. Because I always had, well, I want to do this. And no, what do you want me to do? I'll do it. That's a new experience. Just like I told those kids at FIU, what you're going to experience as the rest of your life as you grow up, we're going to play with this organization, that organization, listen to that person, listen to that person. You have to keep your ears open and listen to people. That's one thing I like to tell anybody that would ask me any question. Watch what you hear, because what you hear may help you or hurt you. So you got to be able to discriminate, learn, always learn, because it's a great experience learning something new.
That's it, we got it.
All right.
Where's Dubin? The disappearing Dubin.